So, any questions?
Gosh, when Icarus is running, it's a little like Bob.
Yes.
Yeah, do a little pop.
It's a. Does anybody recognize that? It's from Richard Williams. It's a UPA walk cycle. Animation thing. Yes, an animation nerd thing. I've been wanting to use that walk cycle for a long time to see how it looks, and I was really happy. Like just a little, like you pop up every few steps.
So what did you make this with?
It's done all in Flixel. I'm not sure what all we use for animation.
Photoshop.
All animation done in Photoshop. Using the animation track and hand drawn in Photoshop, which worked out. It was the first time you ever used it.
Yeah, and once I figured it out, it was pretty good. And it was fun.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful. The whole game is very charming, and it's actually this little guy is. You can relate to him. Like I really want him to be on the top.
And against the world.
Yeah.
What did they use to make the music? Oh, it was Ableton Live, and it was it's like based on samples of harps that I found on YouTube. People like, check out my harp.
So, what did you use to do the levels? Or like,
With the design?
yeah.
Oh, I just did it in Photoshop. I started trying to draw it on I drew a circle, and I was trying to do the platforms at different heights. And I was like, okay, if you've got the double jump, you can get here but not here. If you've got the triple jump, you can get here but not here. And then that got way too complicated, so I just made it like flat, and I drew all the platforms as like a bar graph almost. And
So you give that to.
yeah.
And for placing all that, we just made an XML file, sort of hand-edited text stuff.
And it really increased exponentially. We thought the planet would only have to have like 8 jump heights, but then we realized if we give them like 7 or 8 feathers, then that just like, if you can jump that high off the highest platform, so it really increases the distance you can go. But it feels really good. Like at the beginning, like just feeling him like get stronger and stuff. It's nice.
The frames of the sun must be off. I won't fix it.
I think someone mentioned like the Flixel look before, or the Flash like aesthetic, and this doesn't look like that at all to me. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, because we didn't use kind of super zoomed in pixels. Yeah, it's true. I mean, and also Brendon did some pretty awesome stuff with the radial, like all this new like radial gravity stuff that was with just like what you guys did earlier. It's similar to what you guys implemented, and it really extended Flixel a lot. I mean, it was kind of cool to see. Like Flixel lends itself to a certain kind of game very easily, but it was really cool to see how versatile it is, or something that's just a base to build something else off of.
Did you have to really extend Flixel to? Is there anything? Oh, Flixel can't do this, so I have to completely kind of not use this in Flixel, but write my own kind of thing.
The main thing was the collision detection, where Flixel is very much sort of tile-based and axially aligned sprites. So once you scale or rotate anything, then you can't use their collision detection. So that's all.
There is like a really nice sense of exploration in this. How it's not so obvious that you have to find this many feathers to get to this place. So it's kind of nice that you kind of have to think in like shoes.
Yeah. It's very tiny.
Yeah, and this is like pretty rough into. I mean, we don't have a lot of the stuff that we had planned, so I think that putting more
Yeah, I want
stuff
to keep
to
working on
explore.
this.
Yeah,
Same
me too.
here.
Okay,
I
cool.
think we had
Yeah.
reverse scope.
What
What
did
else
talk about?
have you guys planned?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the night. I think that will make a
Yeah,
dramatic
day and
difference
night,
because there's a gradation on the background, so it becomes night over time, and so the look will be different.
And we had plans to make part of the planet like Roman looking, and then the other side is like Oriental looking, which explains the Asian looking kites that are in there. I just didn't have time to do the Oriental style ones, but
So there'll be dragons on one side and
birds of the
I think probably the main thing that it needs to have in it is just more upper atmosphere stuff. It's boring now to sit around and wait for the sun.
I had an idea for some shooting star platforms.
think it's really awesome because it looks like there's a couple different like art styles in there. Not just like there's like the hand-drawn character, but then there's like some 3D looking stuff.
Oh, I just traced those the platforms. I found like pictures of statues on them.
I think it's cool, like how it's like a mesh of all those different things.
Is there an animation for his like?
Oh, I just lost a feather when that light hits. Is there what?
Animation for losing feathers. You saying that?
Yeah, we should. There should be a fall, like a fall animation.
Right now he does fall if he gets hit by a bird, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he just goes upside down.
You don't have enough feathers to get up there right now.
I think I should be good.
Oh shit! I can't if I did it. I could have done that.
You made it so that the distance you can travel increases the higher you go to the planet, right?
Right. So
Oh shoot.
Which makes sense, because you want to cover that same distance between two platforms, but if it just stayed constant, you'd always fall short.
right, it goes down, but not
Is it possible to get stuck if you lose a certain amount of feathers?
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah, the losing feathers was from the build this morning, so it's that's something we haven't really tested out. And yeah, you
I've gotten
can lose
stuck.
all of them and not be able to do anything.
When I was starting out, I didn't realize one thing you have to learn is like you don't want to tap, 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 tap. You want to tap like at the furthest you can go, like the apex. And I was stuck, and I lost my feather, and then like there's nothing you can do. So that's
I noticed it's kind of, you've got the cloud going in front of the pillar.
Yeah. First time I noticed that too.
it's interesting.
The wing animation's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I made it so that you can always also get back to where you were before. Like you always have enough feathers to go back, except for the feathers losing.
One thing that's really nice about the Photoshop animation is, well, there's a few things that are like really frustrating, but you can do a rough animation on one layer, and then use that as a guide, and then do your finished one, and you can like the walk cycle, it's doubled, and only on one of the walks does he pop up. So I duplicated the layer and then offset it, and then use that as to draw the entire thing again. Like I did it really roughed out, and it really makes it. It's a really good aid. It's like they need to expand some of the tools on it, but I think it's like the best hand-drawn system.
It does have that hand on
And on the sun, the fire was. There's no way I can ever get to the fire again, but that to animate fire, I was looking at a book yesterday, and I had never tried before, and there was a tip about to do hand-drawn animation of fire, you animate the eddies, which are the gaps in the fire, and they expand from the source, and you just do the flames around them.
Oh.
And it's really cool. It's like they slow down as they go away from they get
What book is it?
from Callus's timing for animation,
Oh.
which has like all these like really tips on like
Yeah.
doing smoke and explosions and things like that, which are
Nicole just finished her animation degree, right?
Yeah, yeah. Williams is like my Bible.
Yeah.
It's I just picked up timing for animation.
Do we have any other questions about the game? All right, thanks very much, guys.
you can play this like right now, unless you're playing on an iPad or
All the games that are
so
done.
it's on that's the address.
Yeah.
Sticker is there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jump
I
three
don't
times,
think we even had jumping at that point.
It's got
I think
jumping.
we only had the
but-
triple jump.
Yeah, the pause screen doesn't work in this one. It's actually rendering it on scale.
This was actually done the night of the last meeting, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
The way it's rotating is really weird. It's actually rendering it
Yeah, if you
onto
hit-
a flat
if you hit
window
P-
and then rotating the window. It's a,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
pause it, breaks.